Mentoring and the power of positivity is an important part of many people's lives. I'm fortunate enough to have been affected by positive mentors in my life, and I'm also proud to be one of the founders of an organization called the Long Island Elite. We're a business charity organization that mentors young business professionals and gives back to our local community. Well, our work seems to pale in comparison to a trio known as the Three Doctors. They grew up on the mean streets of Newark, New Jersey, became doctors, and spent their entire lives mentoring others. On this episode of Basso on Business, we get the opportunity to speak to these three doctors and some of the young adults that have been affected by their noble work. Stick around. Over my career, I've met many fascinating and successful entrepreneurs. On each episode of Basso on Business, we'll highlight these visionaries. Our goal is to learn how they overcame challenges and used creativity and innovation to grow successful businesses. The Long Island Elite was contacted by Professor Jennifer Rupp of Briarcliff College, located here on Long Island. Jennifer was trying to arrange a field trip for 50 of her students to go see the three doctors speak at an event located at Hudson Community College in New Jersey. We jumped at the opportunity and fronted the cost for transporting the group. The event was packed with positivity and people from all walks of life with one goal in common: to be inspired and get started on a path for a better future. When did the three of you decide to make a pact, and why?
I think it was the time when we went to the library and had that Korean medicines and dentistry, and the recruiter talked about what being a doctor was all about.
We didn't have too many options growing up in the streets of Newark, and we had this academic excellence that we all achieved, and we thought how neat and cool it would be to go to college together, and being the first one in our families to embark upon that path.
Why do you think now, more than ever, do young adults need to hear a positive message like yours?
It seems like it's lacking in a lot of communities. I mean, everywhere. It seems like it's universal, where kids are dreaming for these far-fetched dreams like becoming an athlete or an entertainer, and a lot of things that involve everything outside of the books. And to me, they're missing the boat, because the books are the most guaranteed way to improve your quality of life.
Professor Rupp, what inspired you to bring your students to see the three doctors?
When I read this book with my students last semester as well as this semester, it was amazing how similar their lives are.
What were some of the changes that positive mentoring has had on the students?
Last semester, I had a student that used to come to class, and he would slouch down in class, and he had his hat on, and he wasn't really interested in coming. And as we began the book, he took his hat off, he came to class, and he sat up, he started coming for extra help. And as we watched the documentary at the end, he actually turned to me, and he had said, you know, I was in jail too. And he said, I'm going to make sure that I never go back. And it made a difference in him, and he ended up passing the class when at first he was not. And he started coming for extra help, and he made sure that he passed because he didn't want his life to end in the path that it was going.
As you can see by this student's reaction, a positive role model or mentor is imperative to personal growth and success in whatever you do.
It showed people like how to turn their life around from a negative growth to a positive way, and to move on to be a better person in life.
Dawn Strain and I had an opportunity to get in the classroom and speak with a few of Professor Rupp's students. Our goal was to help inspire them through our stories of success and struggles. Dawn and I each have had our varied background. One of the challenges I thought when I was coming in here is that, when I asked what was the makeup of the group, and Professor Rupp said, there's African American, there's Hispanic, and I thought, well, geez, why are these these minority kids going to want to sit and listen to a couple of white people stand in the front of the room and say how tough they had it? It could better your situation, but what I found out very quickly was the only one who was going to do it was me. Fortunately, my grades were decent enough to get into school. You got to want to do it because you wanted to do it, and that's what I did. I didn't have some of the direct challenges they had. And also being a minority adds a whole probably another level of complexity to these guys' lives and potentially yours. But it doesn't mean that people don't have those same similar types of struggles, and it doesn't mean that you can't look up to someone who's not going through the same exact thing you are now. Bet on yourself, don't bet on anybody else, and you've got to learn to have the self-confidence within your own heart and your own mind to do whatever it is you want to do. And these three doctors should be inspiration to everybody.
You guys can do anything. You have the ability to be anybody you want to be.
It was amazing to see the impact we had in such a short period of time. We received emails and letters after our talk detailing their appreciation. These Long Island students are truly the future of our region, and the business community has a responsibility to shepherd these young adults to help to become the leaders of tomorrow. Long Island needs to believe in a better future. The story of the three doctors should serve as an inspiration and a call to action from everyone in a position to help. So get out there and join a charitable board, chair a program committee, donate your time, effort, and energy, and if you can afford it, send some cash too.
The three doctors serve as inspiration to thousands of young adults all around the nation. They found a way to use the power of determination, discipline, and dedication to change their lives and change the lives of others. Are they successful because they are doctors? Well, I bet you if you ask Professor Rupp's class, they'd say they're not successful because of what they do, but rather who they knew they could become. This is Rob Basso, and you've been watching Basso on Business. If you have an interesting business and think you have what it takes to make it on Basso on Business, contact us today.